Hiya guys, and welcome back to Journey to Med. My name is Liddy and I'm a UK based medical student. I feel like burnout and a healthy work-life balance can come together in certain situations because a poor work-life balance can lead to burnout. However, a more healthy work-life balance can contribute to you preventing burnout. They can come together in certain scenarios. That's why I wanted to touch on these two things in today's video. Tip number one is to see your work-life balance as less of a seesaw but more of a pie chart that is constantly being recalibrated per season in your life. So this is a concept that I actually learned from Grace Beverly's book, Working Hard or Hardly Working, which I made a video on. How much time you spend on certain activities, how much attention you are able to dedicate on certain priorities can never be static. This is something that tends to change and should be changing in accordance with the season you're in. So I think once you're open to that idea, it will definitely reduce the amount of times that you find yourself stressed and overwhelmed because you're distributing the appropriate time for different activities. Number two is to make sure that all of the things you are trying to balance are even worth it in the first place. I feel like this is a deep one, but we have to discuss it, guys. If you need help to try to figure out whether something that you have placed as a priority is actually a priority, ask yourself questions like, does it make you happy? What seed are you sowing from this particular activity? Does it bring you fulfillment? Why is it taking up so much time in your life, and is it worth it? If something is not a priority in your life, then why are you giving it time? If you try to balance multiple things that ultimately don't even matter to you, then it can lead to burnout. You need to narrow your focus to things that matter and refine your priorities so that you're not spreading yourself too thinly amongst too many tasks. In saying that, this leads directly to my next point, which is the importance of learning to say no and withdraw from certain things. In accordance to my previous point about refining your focus and refining your priorities, it's so important to speak up and say no. Say no to commitments that don't make you happy. Say no to commitments that aren't worth your time. No one should be guilt tripping you into saying yes to anything or being committed to a particular thing. Feel free and feel comfortable to remove certain things from your schedule when it's necessary. It is your life and it's so important that you are putting your happiness and your fulfillment first. My next point is to identify the source of previous burnout episodes and to put certain changes in place to prevent it from happening again. So have a think, when was the last time you was burnt out or stressed or overwhelmed? And ask yourself why. Why was you stressed? Why was you overwhelmed? What led to that burnout episode? For example, is it an inefficient revision schedule? That means that you're spending excessive hours at the library and you never have time for yourself. Is it poor organization skills? That means that you end up double booking yourself with commitments. You need to identify what actually leads to the burnout episode so that you can work backwards and prevent it from occurring again in the future. And when I say work backwards, I mean actively try and change the things that are consistently leading you to being burnt out. There's no point in being self-aware and understanding,
oh my god, I'm burnt out, I don't like this, I want to change it.
but how are you going to change it? What is causing the burnout and what differences can you make in your life to better that situation? And this is just perfectly linked to my next point, which is to get help where you can. I know for me previously, at times I genuinely cannot handle the medical school workload. It can be a lot in certain seasons. So what me and Hazal do is we actually split our workload, we split our lectures, we split the note taking, and then we exchange notes later on. This means that I have more free time to spend on other things that I love doing. And I think understanding that, I can't do this by myself is so important. Humble yourself and realize I need help, and split the workload with someone, split a commitment with someone. Try and find ways that you can split the workload or lessen the work on yourself if it's something that is burdening you and if it's something that can lead to a burnout episode. My next point is more of a suggestion and a recommendation. If you guys follow me on Instagram, as you should, you would have seen me say that my vibe right now is feel the fear and do it anyways. I am actively exploring and looking at interests I want to expand my knowledge on. And I think with that comes the responsibility of keeping on top of certain deadlines, because on the side of that, I have medical school, I have things I need to submit, essays, whatever it may be. I think it's so important to use applications like Excel sheets or Notion to keep on top of your deadlines and tasks. It's so important to be listing when certain things have to be done and to organize yourself well, especially if you have multiple things going on and multiple deadlines that you have to address. And my last point for today's video is to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It is so important to plan and organize yourself, organize your week, organize all of your commitments that are coming up. Every Saturday or Sunday, I sit down and I list out all of my commitments and I slot them into days what tasks I have to do, and it helps me just keep on top of everything. So that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I did feel like it was a bit of a ramble, but hopefully it was useful as well. If you enjoyed this video, then click that like button, comment, turn on your post notifications, and click that juicy red button to subscribe to Journey to Med. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.